Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here, and I'm Tyler, and welcome to our next segment of our video game collection videos. Now this time we are going to be showing all of our PlayStation 2 games, and that means we have a few disc-only incomplete games. Most of our PS2 games are complete in cases, and we also have some special Greatest Hits Edition games, because they're special limited edition style. There's some PAL games, and then we also have some bonus PlayStation 2 game discs and demo discs, stuff like that. So anyways, before we get started, I want to mention this. There is a total of 558 games. That does not include the special games. That just includes the regular complete games and the incomplete games that we have. There's 12 incomplete games, and then the rest are the complete ones. If you guys haven't already, we strongly recommend it. We have our NES, SNES, N64, handhelds, GameCube, Wii/Wii U, and PS1 video game collection videos on the channel right now. So if you have not checked those out, we strongly recommend you do so, because those are just, they're great as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the PS2 games. Alright guys, so a couple quick announcements here before we get started. We're first going to start off with all the disc-onlys and the incomplete games, but then we'll move into the complete games, and then we'll show the special items. But one thing here also I wanted to mention, we do this before, in every video. I'll show the first half of games, and then Tyler will go ahead and show the second half. That way, we get a good share of the pile here. We can, split the work here and do it together. So. Also, you're going to see some cuts in the video during, a few minutes in each section. That's just me getting up and, getting another stack of games, because there's so many games I cannot possibly stack them all right next to me and then just show them. There's too many games for that, but each stack that we have, I do stacks of 50, and then I'll cut it, and then I'll do another, set. So you'll see some edits, but it probably won't make that much of a difference. Also, some of the games that we have in our collection are our original personal childhood games, stuff like that. Also, we have a couple games from friends and family, stuff like that. They have their initials and names on them. Initials aren't as bad, but we're going to try and cover up some of the games that have our full last name and everything on it, just because it's, for safety reasons, stuff like that. It's not too big a deal, but we're not going to be covering up the game. You'll be able to see what the game is, but usually some of the games that we have our last name on them. We're going to cover it up. Just for safety reasons. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and start off with the games here. We're going to start off with disc-onlys. So here we go. Now for the deal with disc-onlys, these are mainly games that are a little bit more valuable in terms of playability and price. Some of them are not too expensive, but they're worth hanging on to. We wouldn't normally collect, or not collect, but keep a disc-only of like a Madden or something, just because it'd be easy enough to just find a complete one for a couple bucks. So there's really no reason to hold on to a disc only of something like that. But these games have a little more value, so we're hanging on to the discs just in terms of hoping to get complete one or get a manual and case for it. So anyways, here we go. First one here is Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Very, very cool. Then we've got Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Then we have Naval Ops Warship Gunner. Then I remember this show being on all the time back in the day, and it was a pretty good show. It wasn't too bad. That is Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender Into the Inferno. So there's that one. Very cool. Then we've got Super Dragon Ball Z. And then this one, I love how they made a game off of this, even though the movie was made years before. And Tyler played this actually, and he thought it was pretty fun. It's actually kind of like a Resident Evil style, camera style, which is really cool. The battle system is really cool as well. And that is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, which is really cool. That one's pretty uncommon, so that's definitely a good one to hang on to. So very cool. And then the last disc only here is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses. So very cool. So there's the disc onlys. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the missing manual games. Except for one here, I'll show you and explain it. But the rest of these are missing manuals, but this set I'll show you is just missing one of the discs. And that is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, which is really, really cool. I know you can pick these up still at Walmart in most locations, so it's not too hard to find. But I figured, when we found this, I thought it was going to be a good idea to get it. Just because it has the slipcover and everything, which is really cool. The only thing is that San Andreas is missing the game disc, but the other two games are in there, and all three cases have the manuals and the poster maps, which is really cool. So, as a matter of fact, I do think I have a disc only of the San Andreas Trilogy set version in my sell pile of games. So I might be able to just put that in here and complete this. So that'd be pretty cool. So I have to, double check on that and see if I could do that. But so there's that one. The next one here is Ratchet and Clank, the first one, which is really cool. Just as a reference real quick, I'll go ahead and show you that, how incomplete these actually are. It's just the disc, but hopefully we could track down a manual. That'd be really cool. I know probably finding a regular copy full is more common than finding just the manual, but you never know. You might be able to come across a manual somewhere. So very cool. So there's that one. Then we've got Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Then this one's pretty interesting. I've never heard of it or seen it before, so I decided to hang on to it. It's not worth a whole lot, but it's definitely a more uncommon title, and that is the Bible game. Very cool. I thought they made those, mainly just for like back on the NES and stuff, which is what I'm more familiar with, like Bible Adventures and stuff. But I'd never heard of one on PS2, so that was pretty cool to hang on to. And then the last one here that is missing the manual is Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. So very, very cool. Definitely an interesting little stack of games. Again, they're nothing too expensive, but they're not cheap games either. So they have more reason to be in the collection for now until we get a complete one or complete them themselves. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead and get into the complete games. And like I said before, some of these do have names and stuff on them, so I'll try to cover them up the best I can for safety reasons. But I'll try not to cover up the actual title of the game so you guys can see as much of it as possible. So, first one here is 007, Everything or Nothing. Very cool. Then we've got 007 Nightfire. 007 Quantum of Solace. For these some of these sports titles, they start with 2K Sports, so that's how I have them filed under on alphabetizing. They say it on the side as well, so that's why they're under this, but it's 2K Sports NBA 2K8. Most people would put it under NBA, but since it starts with 2K Sports, that's how I have it alphabetized. So it starts with numbers, so that's very cool. So that's how I do it. Next one here is 2K Sports NBA 2K9. Very cool. This was one of Tyler's originals, has his initials on it, but we decided to put it in the actual collection because it's one we didn't have. So next one here is 2K Sports NBA 2K10. Very cool. This next one has our aunt and uncle's last name on it and stuff, so I'm going to try to cover it. But that is NHL 2K9, 2K Sports. So very, very cool. Alright, so there's that one. Then we've got 2K Sports NHL 2K10. Very cool. Then we got 4x4 Evo or 4x4 Evolution, what it says on the side. It just says Evo here, but if you look on the side it says Evolution, which is a little bit different of a title, from what it says on the front, but it's basically the same thing. And then the last one for this stack is Activision Anthology, which is really, really cool. So there's the first stack. Alright, next one here, we've got Airblade. Very cool. And we've got Amplitude. Then we've got Aqua. It's a 3D puzzle game, which is an interesting looking game. Definitely a more interesting title as well. Next one here is Arctic Thunder, which is really cool looking snowmobile game. Then this one's factory sealed, and that is Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Make the Grade. Just picked this one up not too long ago, which is really cool. It's got some ripping and stuff, but it's not too big a deal. It's a factory sealed game, so that's really cool. Then we've got Armored Core 2. Pretty cool. That's an awesome one. Then we've got Armored Core 2, Another Age. Very, very cool. This one's also a good one, and that's Atari Anthology. Very awesome. And then we got Athens, Greece 2004, the Olympics. Really, really cool. Then the last one for this stack is ATV Off-Road Fury 1. Really, really cool. It's still got the tape on the top of the, the seal. So that's really cool. I love seeing games like that more specifically because it has, some of the original sealing on it, which is really cool. I thought that was awesome to find that one that way. Alright, next stack here. We've got ATV Off-Road Fury 2. And we've got the regular edition right here, and then the not for resale one, which I think was packed in with a PS2 bundle, which is really cool. I'd never seen that before, but I'm sure it's not too hard to find, a box set like that for it. So, but anyways, very cool. Have both variants there, so very cool. Then we've got ATV Off-Road Fury 3. Very nice. Then we've got ATV Off-Road Fury 4. Very cool. So we have all 4 ATV Off-Road Furies, which is really nice. Next one here is ATV Quad Power Racing 2. I love the ATV games. The ATV Off-Road Fury ones, I remember playing more specifically with my friend Cameron, which, you know, he lived up the street from us at our old house a long time ago. And, I mean, this was a long time ago when we played it. We were young. We were probably like 9 or 10. But we used to play all the ATV games and stuff, which is really cool. So some pretty cool, fond memories with those games. Tyler loves them too, so very cool. Next one here is Bad Boys, Miami Takedown. Great movies. The game is not that great, but at least from what I've played, I didn't play it a whole lot, but it just was not. It just didn't have that feeling of, you know, that good of a shooting game for me. I guess maybe that's just because I'm more used to like Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. But still great movie line. That was cool. So anyway, next one here is Batman Begins. Very cool. Then we've got Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I love that they're coming out with a new Battlefield. I thought that was awesome. It looks really, really cool. I can't wait for that one. Next one here is Battleborn's Combat Elite World War II Paratroopers. Very, very cool. There's that one. And then the last one for this stack is Battle Racing Ignited Burnout Dominator, which is really cool. I love the Burnout games. Those are great. So very, very cool. So there's that stack. Alright, next one here. This one is our original. It does not have our name on it though. I'm surprised. But it's definitely a fun one. And that is Battle Racing Ignited Burnout Revenge. The reason I have it, you know, Battle Racing Ignited, that's just how it starts, and then it's Burnout. Most people just put it under Burnout, but since it starts with that, that's how we have it. So, but very, very fun games. Next one here is Bionicle Heroes, which is pretty cool. Then we've got, my friend recommended this one, my friend Anthony. He said this was a pretty fun one, and that is Black. Very cool gun game. That's really cool. A lot of, you know, it's kind of like I think it's a first-person shooter, which is really cool for its time. I mean, of course, we got all the Call of Duties and everything now, but that was pretty cool for its time, so that's awesome. The next one here is Blood Omen 2. It's part of the Legacy of Kain series, which is cool. So there's that one. Very, very cool. Then we've got Blood Rain. Very nice. Then the next one here is Blowout. Then we've got Bombastic. Very cool. I thought this one was worth more than what it says it is. It's a Capcom game, but it's basically a puzzle style game, which is interesting looking, but it's not actually worth a whole lot. I thought it would have more value to it, but it's actually one of them titles that's just, you know, $3 or $4 really. It's not a whole lot, but it's still a pretty obscure title. It's not common everyday titles, so it's interesting. Next one here is Boogie. Nothing too great there either, but you know, it's another title to have the collection. So same thing with this one. That's Bratz Diamonds. Just recently picked that one up in a bundle deal, so it's pretty cool, I guess. Another one to add to the collection anyway. Next one here is Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbred Championships. Got tongue-tied there, but there's that one. So pretty cool horse racing game. So that's the last game of that stack. All right, then last stack, and then you'll see a quick cut, and then it'll be another set of 50. But we got Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. Pretty cool. Then we've got Brunswick Pro Bowling. Another, you know, very cheap title. Nothing too spectacular. If you anything playing bowling, it's just best playing Wii Sports Bowling. So, anyways, the next one here is Bully. I remember my friends Cameron and Cody. They played this as well, and that was a pretty fun one watching them play that. So that was an interesting one. Looks pretty cool. So that's awesome. Next one here is the very first Burnout, which is really cool. Then we've got Burnout 3 Takedown, which is really cool as well. Burnout games are great. If you like racing games and like taking down rivals and stuff, very, very cool games. I love those. Next one here is Buzz the Mega Quiz. Don't have the controllers that are required for this game, but anyways, still got the game at least. Not an exciting title, but still another one in the collection, so very cool. And next one here is Cabela's African Safari. Very, very cool. Tyler played a lot of these hunting games as well. You know, the hunting games are really fun. I remember playing a couple of these growing up as well, but they're really, really cool. Next one here is Cabela's Alaskan Adventures. They also have some really nice like fishing elements to them as well, which is cool. So there's more than just hunting animals. You get to fish and everything too, which is pretty cool. Sometimes I like to just go around and explore too. That was pretty cool. Next one here is Cabela's Big Game Hunter, the next evolution of hunting. Really, really cool. I love these different styles and seasons and everything that they made for them. This one is Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. Very nice. And that is the last one for this stack. So we'll go ahead and grab the next stack of games here. Alright, here we go. We're going to get into the next stack here. Next one here is Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009. Very cool. Then we've got Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004 season. Very, very cool. Then we've got Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, the 2005 release. Just recently picked that one up. That's really cool. Brand new condition. That's really cool. Crispy shape. Then here's the 2009 version, Cabela's Outdoor Adventures. I'm not sure what the difference is. If there is a difference, it's just a later release. I'm sure there's different elements to it, but it's under the exact same name. So the only way to tell the difference really is the cover art and the year. But that's all I know about it. But anyway, next one here is Call of Duty 2, big red one. And this is part of the set version. Have not come across the regular one yet, but I'm sure I will. Next one here is Call of Duty 3. Very, very cool. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Call of Duty World at War Final Fronts. Then we've got Castlevania Lament of Innocence. Very nice shape, very cool. And the last one for this stack is Champions of Norath. And just recently picked this one up as well, so very cool. Alright, next stack. This one was just picked up not too long ago as well, and that is Champions Return to Arms. Very, very cool. Also another one recently picked up, and that is Chaos Legion. Cold Fear. Commandos 2, Men of Courage. Conflict Desert Storm, the first one, which is in really brand new condition, crispy shape. That one's really nice. I love how brand new it feels. You can tell the difference by how clean a game is just by feeling it, how smooth the plastic is. It's really cool. Same with this one. It's Constantine. Very, very cool. Then we've got Contra Shattered Soldier. I'm not a huge fan of the newer Contra games, but they are still pretty cool. They definitely have newer elements to them and stuff, but they still kind of feel like the original Nintendo ones, which is really cool. So, awesome. The next one here is Corvette. Very cool racing game. And we've got Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Took me a while to finally complete that one with a really nice condition, case and everything. I've, gone through a couple of manuals and everything to finally get, a good condition copy. So, very cool. And the last one for this stack is Crash Nitro Kart. So very, very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. And we've got this next one here. We've got Crash of the Titans. Crash Tag Team Racing. And that was part of the set version. Same thing goes for this one. That is Crash Twinsanity. Very cool. This looks like a really cool racing game. That's Crash and Burn. It looks a lot like Burnout, which is really cool. This one I remember playing a long time ago, when I was younger growing up and stuff. Tyler played it with me too, and that is Crazy Taxi. This isn't our original copy, but still it's, I can remember it, so that's cool. The next one here is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And we've got Dance Dance Revolution X. And we've got a factory sealed copy of Dance Factory. Nothing too spectacular, but it's cool to get another factory sealed game in the collection, so that's cool. And we've got Dance Dance Revolution Supernova 2. Then the last one for this stack is Dark Angel Vampire Apocalypse. So very, very cool. So there's that stack. Then we've got Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. And we've got Dead to Rights 2. Destroy All Humans 2. It's a bunch of 2s. I need to find the first ones to those. I think Dave Mirra was, on PS1 for the first one, but you get the idea. Next one here is Destruction Derby Arenas. Which are really cool. Love those Demolition Derby kind of games. Those are really cool. Next one here is Devil May Cry 2. Very, very nice. Next one here is Disney Pixar Cars. Again, great movie. Love Disney Pixar movies. So games are pretty good. I remember playing that one back when it came out. That was cool. Next one here is Disney Pixar Finding Nemo in brand new crispy shape as well. Very, very cool. Haven't played that one before. It looks okay, but I'm not too sure on that one, but still really cool. This one looks pretty fun as well, and I love the movie. I remember going on, I don't think it was launch day, but I remember going, a couple days after it was released in the theaters, and that is Disney Pixar Toy Story 3. Tyler went with me, and so did my buddy Anthony. We actually went and saw that because we're huge fans from the original when it came out and stuff. Like, I've been watching Toy Story and stuff ever since I was a little kid, so it was really cool to go see that one when it came out. That was really cool. Next one here is Disney Pixar's WALL-E. I thought that was a great movie as well. Very cool. And the last one for this stack is Disney Squaresoft Kingdom Hearts. So very, very cool. I have that one under Disney and stuff because it says it on the side and everything, so but that's why I have a title under that. I used to have it under just Kingdom Hearts, but I decided to put it under Disney because it starts with that. So, alright, last stack here, and we'll cut it again. And that is Disney Square Enix Kingdom Hearts 2. Very cool. Then we've got Dot Hack Mutation Part 2, or just Dot Hack Part 2 Mutation. So very, very cool. Next we got Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Then just recently added this one, that's Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Had to get that one resurfaced because the disc was pretty rough, but it looks brand new now, so very cool. Then we got Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1. And this is a pretty heavy one, that's Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which is really, really cool. I was glad to finally find that one. That one's pretty expensive. The next one here is DreamWorks B-Movie game. Okay of a movie, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but still, it was decent. Next one here is DreamWorks Madagascar. That was a great movie. I loved the trilogy of those. Those were great. And then the last one here for this stack is DreamWorks Shrek Smash and Crash Racing, which is a pretty cool little concept. I thought that was awesome. Alright, cool. So now we'll get into the next set of games. Alright, so now we're going to get into the next stack of games here. First one here, really fun game. This is my original copy, it has my original initials and everything on it. But very fun game, really cool graphics for the time. I thought it was a great game, and that is Driver 3. Very, very cool game, I love that. And what goes with Driver 3? Driver Parallel Lines. This was a really good one as well. This one needs an upgrade just because it's slightly water damaged, stuff like that. But it's still in pretty good shape for the most part. And I played that one 100% before, so that's a really fun one as well. So very cool. Next one here is DT Carnage. DT Racer. Then we've got Duel Masters Limited Edition. Really cool looking case artwork there, that's cool. And then we have Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. Very cool. Then we've got Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. I have them under Dynasty Warriors just because that's how it starts on the side. I know it says Extreme Legends first on the front, but it starts with Dynasty Warriors, so it goes in the D area for alphabetizing. Next one here is EA Sports Arena Football Road to Glory. Now real quick on this, if you guys have if you have seen the previous videos, I explained this. All my sports games that are EA Sports titles on PS2 and GameCube, they will start with EA Sports because that's how the title starts on the side. It starts with EA Sports and then it goes Arena Football. So basically all my games that are by EA Sports like this are all in the EA Sports category, so they're an E. That just helps me signify if I have a sports title or not. So yeah, it'll be kind of weird. You'll see like NCAA basketball and then you'll see a Tiger Woods or something like right next to each other. But that's just because they're all EA Sports titles and that's just how they correlate together for my alphabetizing. But anyway, next one here is EA Sports FIFA 2001. Very cool. Then we've got EA Sports FIFA Soccer 2005. Alright, so that's it for that stack. We got the next one here. Next game is EA Sports FIFA Soccer, or FIFA Soccer 06. It's kind of odd when it says it on the front there, but it's FIFA Soccer 06. There's that one. Then we got EA Sports FIFA Soccer 10. Then we've got EA Sports FIFA Soccer 12. EA Sports Madden 2001. EA Sports Madden 2002. EA Sports Madden 2003. EA Sports Madden 2004. EA Sports Madden 2005. I know, bear with me guys, this is the boring part. EA Sports Madden 2006. EA Sports Madden 2007. That's it for that stack. I've got a lot of sports games, so bear with me here. They're not the coolest looking titles, but you know, they're part of the collection. So EA Sports Madden 2007 Hall of Fame edition with John Madden on the front. That's pretty cool. That's, you know, a little bit different for the eyes, so that's cool. EA Sports Madden NFL 2009. It's got a family members' names on it, so I'm going to cover that. So there's that one. Then we got EA Sports Madden 2010. Very cool. And the mosquito truck's driving by, so excuse that. EA Sports NASCAR 2001. Very cool. EA Sports NASCAR 2006 Total Team Control. And then this is where it gets weird, because then we go back to EA Sports NASCAR Thunder 2002, but since it's alphabetized under NASCAR Thunder, it's different alphabetizing, but the numbers come afterwards, so that's where it's different. Then we've got EA Sports NASCAR Thunder 2003. Then we got EA Sports NBA Live 2002. EA Sports NBA Live 2003. Last one for this stack, EA Sports NBA Live 2004. Alright, so there's that stack. Then we've got EA Sports NBA Live 2007. EA Sports NCAA 06 March Madness, or March Madness 06. It's NCAA 06 March Madness. Then they change it, so that's where it gets different. But EA Sports NCAA Football 2003. EA Sports NCAA Football 2004. EA Sports NCAA Football 2005. Then we get back into the EA Sports NCAA March Madness 2004. That's where they have the little bit different of the numbering system. It's, you know, they change it up. It's weird. EA Sports NCAA March Madness 2005. Then NCAA March Madness 07. That's where they changed it. See, it used to be on the site. It used to be NCAA 06 March Madness, and they changed it and put 07 at the end. So they kind of confused it, but you know, you gotta pay attention to that kind of thing. Next one here is EA Sports NCAA March Madness 2008, and this one is factory sealed, which is really cool. Not a spectacular title, but it's definitely cool to see a factory sealed game for the PS2. So very, very cool. So there's that one. Then the last one for this stack, it is a variant, and it's probably the cheapest game known for PS2, but that is EA Sports NFL Head Coach. Not the greatest title ever made, but there is a variant for it, as they did mess up on the side here where NFL is supposed to be all red letters, but there is a blue N. But in later releases, they reprint this and made it all red letters for NFL. Because on the front, it's supposed to be all red letters, see? But they messed it up here and made a blue N. So definitely a mistake, but there is a variant for that, so that's very cool. So there's that stack. Alright, and then last stack before we go ahead and cut it and do another 50. This one has my full name on it, so I'll go ahead and cover it, but that is EA Sports NHL 2001. Very cool. Then we got EA Sports NHL 2002. EA Sports NHL 2003. EA Sports NHL 2004. EA Sports NHL 2005. EA Sports NHL 06. And then we've got EA Sports Rugby. EA Sports Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005. EA Sports Tiger Woods PGA Tour 06. It does have a cut down the case, but it's not too big of a deal. Maybe I could get an upgrade copy of that someday, or find a better case, one of the two. And then EA Sports Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. Alright, and that is the last one for that stack. So now we'll go ahead and get another set of 50 games. Alright, so here we go. We're going to get into the next stack here. I think this is the last sports title for, EA Sports anyway. That is EA Sports Triple Play Baseball. So there we go. We're done with the sports games for now. Next one here is EJ Club World, the Music Making Experience. Interesting title. Haven't seen that one, you know, I've only seen that one once. I have not seen it again, so it's pretty uncommon. But it's not too expensive or anything. Next one here is Enter the Matrix. I love the Matrix movies, so that's pretty cool. Then we got Enthusia Professional Racing. Pretty cool. ESPN NBA 2K5. ESPN NFL 2K5. ESPN International Track and Field. ESPN NHL 2K5. I think that international's in like the wrong spot, but oh well, whatever. I'll rearrange them. Sometimes I get mixed up with game titles and they're almost correct, but since when you get so many games, they kind of tend to be out of place a little bit, but I try my hardest. It's not the easiest thing to do is alphabetize all the time, so the next one here is Evergrace. Alright, and then the last one for this stack is iToy Play. Again, nothing too exciting, but it's another game for the collection. So, alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next stack here. We've got Family Guy, the video game. It's not as, you know, good as I thought it'd be. I was hoping for something like Simpsons Hit and Run. That'd be really cool with Family Guy characters. That'd be an awesome game, but unfortunately it's nothing like that. But still, it's pretty cool. Next one is Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Very cool. Then we've got Ferrari Challenge. Really cool. Fight Club. Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X-2. Final Fantasy XI Online. That is the Wings of the Goddess expansion pack, so that's pretty cool. Then we got Final Fantasy XII. This next one I thought is really, really cool. It's hard to come by sometimes. And that is Final Fantasy XII Collector's Steelbook Edition. Really, really cool. I thought that was awesome to find. It doesn't come around every day, that's for sure. And the last one for this stack is Fisherman's Bass Club. So very cool. So there's that stack. Next stack here. We've got Flat Out 1. Very fun games. These are great. I love them. Flat Out 2. Ford versus Chevy. Ford Mustang, The Legend Lives. It's also cool because I have a Ford Mustang, so it's a really cool racing game. I love Mustangs. Next one here is Ford Racing Off-Road. Ford Racing 2. Ford Racing 3. Then we've got Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. Freak Style, pretty cool. You know, BMX, or not BMX, dirt, you know, racing. That's, you know, the motocross, that's what I was thinking of. That one. Very cool racing game. It's, you know, the same people that make like NBA Street and all that, so it's got that kind of element to it. And then the last one for this stack here is Frequency. So very cool. So there's that stack. Alright, next stack here. Friends, the one with all the trivia. Decent show. Our mom used to watch that all the time, so that's how I'm familiar with that one. From Russia with Love, 007. That's a really good one. Pretty cool. Then we got Front Mission 4. Then we've got Full Metal Alchemist and the Broken Angel. Very cool. This one's Factory Sealed, another cool one to have Factory Sealed, and that's Full Spectrum Warrior, which is really, really cool. I'm really happy to get another pretty good title to have sealed, so that's really cool. So there's that one. So we've got Full Spectrum Warrior, 10 Hammers. Very cool. Then we've got Future Tactics, The Uprising. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Then we got Genjai, Dawn of the Samurai. Very cool. And the last one for this stack, I've yet to find the first one for it. I cannot find it, you know, a black label complete copy of it, but at least I have the second one. I find the second one all the time. And that is God of War 2 in very, very crispy shape. I love that. It's really brand new shape, so very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. And we've got one more stack, and then we'll, you know, cut away and get another set. So the next one here is Godai Elemental Force. I'm not sure too well on how to pronounce that one, but I was hopefully pretty close. Next one here is GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Very cool. This next one is my original copy, and this was also in our top 5 nostalgia games video. If you guys haven't checked that out, we strongly recommend you check that out as well. Me and Tyler share our top 5 nostalgic games as, you know, childhood and up when we were growing up through playing games and stuff. We were mentioning some games, and this was one of them, and that is Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. That is my original copy because it has my initials on it still and everything, and it's got that, you know, peeling and stuff. I remember how old that one is, and that one came with my PS2, which is really cool. Because that is the not for resale version, the red case. But then we have a very nice copy version of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. That's also the not for resale version, which is really cool. I'm pretty happy to have a nice copy, but I'll also hang on to mine just because it's for childhood reasons, but that's why I have 2 of them. Then we have Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, and that is the regular blue case version. So that is a variant, so that's pretty cool. Then we have Gran Turismo 4, the real driving simulator. Really cool. Tyler loves playing the Gran Turismo games. He's currently playing the PS1, the very first one, and he's been loving it, so that's really cool. I've been watching him play that for a little bit, and it's really cool. Physics and everything. I love how they captured that. It's really cool. Alright, the next one here is my original copy, and that is Grand Theft Auto 3. Very, very cool. And we've got a factory sealed part of the set version of Grand Theft Auto 3. Very cool. Then we've got the Grand Theft Auto double pack here for Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. And Liberty City Stories is factory sealed, so that's pretty cool. And the last one for this stack and for this clip is Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. And I would love to get into that because I've been playing it for a little while. I dropped it a while back, and I want to get back into it because it's a really cool storyline. It's basically just a revamped version of GTA 3. It's the same map and everything. There's just, you know, some elements that are added to it. I mean, first most there's motorcycles and stuff, and you didn't have that in GTA 3. So I thought that was one of the cool advancements and stuff. And the graphics and the physics and stuff are a little bit different, so that's really cool to be revisiting an older game in a newer light. So that's really cool. All right, so there's the rest of those, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the last set for me. Alright guys, so we're going to get into the last set here, and then it'll be Tyler's turn after this. So here's the next game. This one's currently the one that's in my PS2 because I can't get enough of it. I love it so much, and that is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Very fun game, I love that. And then we just showed you this one a little bit ago. It's an incomplete one. This one is the complete one, and that is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. This one is factory sealed. Does have a splice here from Walmart employees. They cut it down the middle when they were unpackaging them all, which sucks. That was the only one that they had at the time. I bought this probably about 2 years ago, but still it's factory sealed, so I thought that was cool. But the reason I picked up the other one is because I want to have an open one of it too. I know I'm weird, but still, it's, you know, variants. Having an open and a sealed one, that's different. So, all right. Now this next one, this is not my original, but it's in the original case, if that makes any sense. I had a Greatest Hits version of this, but now I have a black label, but it's in my original case. I just swapped it out and stuff. But that is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. But yeah, I used to have Greatest Hits of that growing up, and then I just kept the case somehow, and then put a Greatest Hits version of it in there. So technically it's still my original, but not quite, if that makes any sense. Alright, next one here is Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Maxed, which is pretty cool. Very cool. Next one here is Gretzky NHL 06. Very nice. And we've got a very crispy copy of Guitar Hero 1. Very crispy copy of Guitar Hero 2. A very crispy copy of Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Very crispy copy of Guitar Hero 5. I might as well just say that these are all just crispy. These Guitar Heroes are really nice. Except for this one. This one's a little rough, but that's Guitar Hero Aerosmith. That one's got some more wear to the case, as you can see. That was the last one for that stack. There's that one. Alright, next stack here. Another very crispy copy, and that is Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s. Very, very cool. Another crispy one, that is Guitar Hero Smash Hits. Very cool. Another crispy one, that's Guitar Hero World Tour. Very nice. I love how nice most of those Guitar Heroes are. It's really cool. Then we've got Gun. My friend Anthony's played this before. I haven't. He said it was really fun, but it's kind of like Red Dead Revolver, but you know, a little bit different, but it does look really cool, so I'll have to give that one a try sometime. Then we have the first Half-Life. Very nice. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Very cool. Headhunter. Heavenly Guardian. Very nice. Then we got Hurdy-Gurdy. Then we got Heroes of the Pacific. Alright, and I'll do it for that stack. Alright. Next stack here. We've got High Heat Major League Baseball 2002. High Rollers Casino. This next one's not my original, but I used one of my original cases because back when I was getting games that didn't have real PS2 cases, I was kind of scrounging for actual cases for Black Label games. So I think what happened here is I took one of my greatest hits games and put this in there, and that is Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. But it'll definitely need an upgrade because it's got some peeling right here of the insert and everything like that, but still, at least I have it for now. And same thing goes for this one. This one's a little bit of rough case, so I could use an upgrade, but that is Hitman Blood Money, and that is the double disc one, which is really cool. So there's that. Then we've got Hitman Contracts. Also, my friend Anthony said that those are really cool. I'd like to try those out sometime too. Those look pretty cool. Then we've got Hot Shots Golf 3. I remember renting that one a lot from Blockbuster, and that was a really fun one. Until I found out about this one, which is Hot Shots Golf 4. And this one's even better than the third one, and I just love the golf games. The Hot Shots golf games are great. So if you guys like, you know, killing some time or playing with friends, those are the kind of games that are really fun. So definitely recommend those ones. Next one here is Hot Wheels Beat That. Very cool racing game. The Hot Wheels games are really, really cool. Fun little racing games. I believe this is the one that we rented from Blockbuster, probably back in like 2008, I think. It's a long time ago, but a very fun game to rent and play, so I was glad when we finally found a keep it copy, and that is Hot Wheels Interactive Stunt Track Challenge. Very, very cool. So this, yeah, the Hot Wheels games are really cool. Next one here, and the last one for this stack, and that is Hulk. Very nice copy of that as well, so very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Next stack here. We've got Hummer Badlands. Really cool. Then we've got Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. Then we've got Hypersonic Extreme, or HSX. Then we've got Eco. Really, really cool. Then we've got IHRA Drag Racing Sportsman Edition, which is really cool. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Intellivision Lives. Very cool. I love when they make those games where it has a bunch of like the old school ones on it. That's really cool. I kind of always wonder why they never made like a NES one for PS2 or something. That would have been really cool. Have like a 50 classic NES games on a PS2 disc. That would be pretty cool. But they never did it, unfortunately. Next one here is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Very cool. And then the last one for this stack, Jak 2. Very nice. So there's those. Alright, next stack here. We've got Jak 3. Very cool. Then we've got James Bond 007 and Agent Under Fire. Doesn't say that on the front, but it does say James Bond on the side, so that's what I have it under, is in J. So very cool. Then we've got James Cameron's Dark Angel. Very nice. I almost dropped it there because it's kind of newer case, so that was kind of slippery. Next one here is Jeep Thrills. I remember getting this one on Black Friday. It was actually supposed to be a surprise gift for Tyler, and I already knew about it, but we hardly actually played it because it was, you know, at the time when we already had PS3 and everything, so it wasn't too exciting for us to get a new PS2 game anymore. But we still have it, so that's cool. Next one here is Jeopardy. Then we got Johnny Mosley Mad Tricks. Very cool. And this one looks really fun. It reminds me a lot of like Midnight Club or, you know, what are the other ones? Kind of like the Need for Speed, Most Wanted, stuff like that. It also reminds me of the movies Fast and Furious and stuff like that, and that is Juiced. Very, very cool. Nice looking racing game, that's cool. Then we've got KO, Round 2, the Kangaroo. And we've got Karaoke Revolution Presents American Idol. And then the last one for this stack is Kango, Master of Bushido. Very, very cool. That one's in very nice shape as well. It's also got the sticker on the top there with a hair stuck to it because it was on the carpet, but very, very cool. Very nice shape on that. It's awesome. So there's that stack. Alright, so as you can tell, there's more than 50 for this set, just because I'm almost done and then it'll be Tyler's turn, so I decided to just finish off for my section. But the next one here is Killzone. Very cool. Then we've got Kill Switch, Take Cover, Take Aim, Take Over. Very cool. And I'm not too sure of how to pronounce this, but I think it's Kaya, and that is Kaya Dark Lineage actually. So, but it's KYA, so I'm not positive if it's Kaya or not, but that's what it looks like and reads like to me. So there's that one. This next one looks really cool, and that's LA Rush. Also a really cool looking racing game, so that's awesome. Then we've got Lara Croft Tomb Raider Anniversary. Very crispy shape. And we've got Legacy of Kain Defiance. Very crispy as well, that's awesome. Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. And then because of the Roman numerals, I put this one after it. I'll probably just switch them back just because it makes more linear sense. That's Lego Star Wars, the video game, because this one came out before it, but I kind of numbered them differently or alphabetized them differently, but whatever. Next one here is Let's Ride, Silver Buckle Stables. And the last one for this stack is Lucinda Green's Equestrian Challenge. So very cool. Some unique titles in there for sure. Not common titles that you see all the time, but they're not too expensive either, so they're kind of in that mid-range of uncommon but not pricey. The next one here, this is the last stack for me, and then it'll be Tyler's turn. The next one here is Mafia. Very cool. Then we got Major League Baseball 2K5 by ESPN. And I'm going to try and pronounce this one the best I can. It's pretty hard to pronounce some of it, but I'm kind of, I'm going to do the best I can. But that is Mana Kamiya, Alchemist of Al Raviz. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced, but I could be wrong in some parts or another, but I'm sure you guys know yourself. If you know what this game is, then I probably just look like a fool trying to pronounce it. So anyway, next one here is Manhunt. Very crispy copy of Manhunt, by the way. I love that. That's really cool. Then we've got Manhunt 2. Very cool. And we got another factory sealed game. Nothing too exciting, but it's cool to see factory sealed games. And that is Mark Davis's Pro Bass Challenge, which is really, really cool. I thought that was awesome to find that at the pawn shop, I believe is what it was. And to see it factory sealed, I thought that was awesome. Alright, and then the last one for me, and then it'll be Tyler's turn, and that is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So very cool. Alright, so that is my side of the games. Now Tyler will go ahead and show the other half. Alright guys, so now it'll be Tyler's turn to show the rest of the games. And if you've seen the previous videos, this is how we're going to do it. I have all the games stacked next to me because it's more convenient for us to, pass them along. But I'm going to grab each game, have Tyler show it, and then he'll hand it back to me and I'll stack it away. So, and for this first stack, there's 12 games in it. I know we were supposed to be doing 50 per clip, but you're going to see them all anyway. But that was just the best way we could configure it because there's an odd amount of games and it's kind of weird, but you'll get to see them all anyway, so it doesn't matter. So here we go. Here's the first one.
First one here is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Very cool.
The first Max Payne. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Maximo Ghost to Glory. MDK 2, Armageddon.
Very cool. We just recently picked up the first one for PS1, so that's cool.
Medal of Honor, or European Assault, excuse me. Medal of Honor Frontline.
A lot of these Medal of Honor games are in like brand new shape, which is really cool.
Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Medal of Honor Vanguard. Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. The first Midnight Club.
I love the Midnight Club series. They're really fun.
Midnight Club 2.
That's our original, I believe, and I love playing this. I still have not beaten it to this day, but it's definitely an awesome racing game. I would definitely recommend those if you like racing games. Midnight Club games are great. So that's it for the first stack there. Alright, next stack.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Midway Arcade Treasures. Pretty cool. Minority Report, Everybody Runs. It's kind of like it's an interesting title. Not very many people talk about it, but it definitely has some pretty cool physics for its time.
Yeah, it's cool fighting and shooting and all that kind of stuff game, so it's really cool.
Mr. Mosquito.
Pretty odd title, but it's a pretty obscure game, which is really cool. But that one's in like brand new shape, which is awesome.
MLB Slugfest 2003. MLB 06 The Show. I love MLB The Show games. They're great.
Very cool, yeah.
MLB 09 The Show. Mobile Suit Gundam Journey.
Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo. It's a very odd title by Bandai.
Yeah. Is that one?
Yeah, tongue-tying name there. Interesting.
A great one that we used to rent a lot, and that's Monster House.
Very cool. I mentioned that in the GameCube video. It's kind of got that feel of Luigi's Mansion a little bit. It's a really cool exploring game. You gotta go around and collect pieces and do all kinds of different little quests. It's really, really cool. Love the movie. That was awesome. So the game's pretty good. I recommend that one as well. It's pretty cool. And the last one for this stack
is Monster Jam.
So very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next stack here.
Monster Jam Urban Assault. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Mortal Kombat Deception. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, excuse me. I knew it, I just couldn't, I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of those tongue-tying names.
Motocross Mania 3.
This one's cool.
Motorstorm Arctic Edge, excuse me. Sealed. Very cool.
I haven't really seen it otherwise, but that was really cool to find that factory seal. I thought that was awesome. So very, very cool.
Mountain Bike Event. Sorry, geez, I'm getting caught up here. Mountain Bike
Adrenaline,
excuse me. Jeez. The font is kind of messing me up there.
Yeah.
MX, or wait.
MTX.
MTX Photo Tracks.
And the last one for this stack.
MTV Pimp My Ride.
That's a pretty cool game too. That one, I love the show. I love those custom car shows. So that's a really cool one. But the game is actually pretty fun. You can go around and customize cars and stuff. You have a certain budget and everything. You gotta impress the owner of the car and everything with the competitor. It's a really, really cool game. I thought that was awesome. All right, so there's that stack. All right, next stack here.
MX 2002 featuring Ricky
Carmichael.
Yeah.
Alright, there's that one.
MX Rider.
Very cool.
MX vs. ATV Unleashed. MX World Tour featuring Jamie Little. My Street. Interesting title there.
Yeah, that's a different one. It's not too expensive, but it's definitely a unique one, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Myst 3 Exile.
Very cool.
Naval Ops Commander.
Very nice.
This one has family members' names on it, so I'll cover that up. That's NASCAR Dirt to Daytona.
Very cool. Yeah, we borrowed a lot of games from family members, and they ended up letting us keep them, and we just left their stickers and family, like their information on them. So we decided to cover them up because I didn't want to take them off just in case they ever wanted them back. But yeah, we got to cover up those. NBA 07 featuring the Live Volume 2. Alright, and then the last one for this stack.
Sega Sports NBA 2K2. Allen Iverson on the front. It's pretty cool.
But it only goes by NBA 2K2 on the side, so it's not under Sega Sports. But yeah, I thought that was really cool that it has Allen Iverson on the front there. That was when he played for the 76ers. That's pretty cool. So awesome. Alright, so there's that stack. And we've got one more stack here. And then we'll cut it for the next set.
NBA 2K11. And the reason why this one's in NBA 2K and an N is because it doesn't say 2K Sports on the top like the other ones did. So.
Yeah, they changed it. They took that away after the newer ones, so that's why it's an N instead of the number 2.
NBA Ballers, great game. Remember playing this one a lot.
That's a really cool one.
NBA Jam.
Not as good as the Super Nintendo one, but still pretty cool. But I'm still sticking with the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah, same here.
These next 3 are really cool.
NBA Street, one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, I love this game so much, so yeah, there's that.
Yeah, basketball games, especially when they have like quirky, like, you know, kind of styles to them, they're really cool.
NBA Street Volume 2, another great one. And NBA Street Volume 3. Not as great as the first 2, but it's definitely still a good one. Yeah, I like the court customization and like the player customization is really cool. So yeah, it's a great game too.
It's still pretty good. So the trilogy in general, if you guys like basketball games and stuff, those are definitely awesome. So you could give those a try. They're awesome.
Need for Speed Carbon.
This next one's my original. I remember playing it all the time.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I love this game too. This is just amazing game. Good soundtrack, great graphics for the time. You know, yeah, great AI and everything. It's just an amazing game.
Yeah, really, really cool. All right, and then these last 2 for the stack and for this section.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. Both the. Let me see which one this is.
That's the regular one.
This is the regular one, and this is the not for resale one.
Well, the part of the set.
Or
one.
part of the set.
But yeah, they're the reason I have it loose is because I have all the part of the set. You know, it's supposed to come with Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, but they don't have the cardboard slipcover, which I'm believing they're supposed to. So for now, at least I have the games. But if I come across a complete set again, I'll just get rid of the, you know, loose ones. But for now, at least I have the variants. So very cool. All right, so there is the last stack for that set, and we'll go ahead and cut away and then get another set of games. All right, so here we go with the next set of games here. Next stack right now.
Need for Speed Pro Street.
Very cool.
Need for Speed Underground, both the part of the set. Let me see which one here.
That's the regular one.
This is the regular one, this is the part of the set one.
So basically the exact same thing, they just say different things on them. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing really too spectacular, it's a variant. So that's why I have them. So next, same thing goes for this one. This one I don't have the regular version for yet, but
that's Need for Speed Underground 2. And yeah, the part of the set.
So I'm on the lookout for the regular version of that, but at least for now I have, you know, it's a playable copy, so it's good.
Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. NFL Blitz 2002. NFL Game Day 2004.
Nice set of games coming up here as well.
NFL Street.
I never played the NFL Streets, I was more of the basketball person, but these are still that similar style as the basketball ones, which is really, really cool.
NFL Street 2.
Just recently picked that one up, so that's cool.
I think this is our original.
Yeah, I do believe so.
NFL Street 3. I remember playing that one a little bit. Yeah, again, not as good as the basketball ones, in my opinion, but still, I had some pretty good fun with this one.
So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for that stack. Alright, next stack here.
NHL 2K6.
Very cool.
2K Sports NHL 2K7, but the reason why this is under N is because it doesn't say 2K Sports on the side. So yeah, there's that.
So it's filed under just NHL. So that's an example of where it differentiates.
NHL Hits 2002. NHL Hits 2003. NHL Hits Pro.
Very cool.
Nickelodeon Avatar: The Last Airbender, excuse me. Nickelodeon Rocket Power Beach Bandits.
Very cool. I love that show. That was all the time like the favorite show. That and like Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Nickelodeon SpongeBob's Atlantis SquarePantis. I like how they made this just based off that one episode.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Happy Square Double Pack, which has the SpongeBob the movie and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom duo pack.
So it's just a double pack there, which is pretty cool. I do believe we have we already have the SpongeBob SquarePants movie loose. I don't think we have the other SpongeBob game, but still pretty cool to have the double pack. I thought that was awesome. So very cool. And it's nice to have the slip cover too, so that's awesome. Alright, and then the last one for this stack.
Ninja Assault.
It's really, really cool.
It has like a double like font, like it has that and that and then that.
Yeah, it says the title twice, but that can
on the side it just says that. Yeah.
So Ninja Assault, Ninja Assault.
If you want to say it that way.
Yeah, but it's just Ninja Assault, but it looks like it says it twice. So anyway, so there's that stack. Alright, next set here.
Nitro Bike.
Very cool. This next one's really nice.
Akagi, Shadow King.
Very cool. Same with this one.
Okami. Very nice. Okay. Onimusha, Warlords. I had to think of it for a second.
Yeah, it's hard to think of it for a second, but then once you look at it, you're like, okay, that's how you pronounce it.
Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. Onimusha 3, Demon's Siege.
Very cool.
Pac-Man World 2. I'm not a huge fan of the Pac-Man Worlds, but
yeah, still pretty cool. Just recently picked up this one.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie.
Really cool.
Pinball Hall of Fame, the Gottlieb collection.
And the last one for this stack.
Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams collection.
Very cool. Pinball games are great. Those are always fun to play. So awesome. Especially if you, I know there's some collectors that have actual pinball machines and stuff, but coming from someone like us who don't have the room for that or have the money for something like that, playing it on the console is the next best thing. So very cool. Alright, next stack here.
Pirates, Legend of the Black Buccaneer.
Very cool.
Pirates, The Legend of the Black Cat.
Alright, this next one here we counted it as a game. It's not really a game. It should belong in the bonus category, but it's going to be considered a game for now, but we'll go ahead and switch it after this video.
It's PlayStation Underground Jam Pack Summer 2001.
I overran it. I didn't see it, and I had it in the collection for some reason, and it's supposed to be a special piece, so unfortunately I miscounted the games. So there's 557 games, but still one isn't going to do much different.
Portal Runner. This one we could use an upgrade someday. It's got some sun fading.
Yeah, we got that down at the big outdoor flea market, and at the time I thought it was a good idea because I didn't have it, but yeah, it could use a definite upgrade. But for now, at least we have it.
We got Power Drome.
Very nice mint copy.
And then we got Power Drome Sealed, which is really cool.
Yeah, so I got both an open one and a sealed one, so that's really cool. So that's what I try to do. If I find a sealed copy of it, I'll definitely find an open one, so if I ever want to play it, I can have an open one. Probably not one I'll play, but still, it's nice to have an open and sealed one. So that's really cool.
Primal. Pretty cool.
Very nice.
Project Eden.
Very cool.
Project Snowblind.
And then the last one for this stack
is Prism Chapter 1, The Dark Unicorn.
Interesting one.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
It does have the comic book inside. It's a part of the manual, but I thought that was nice to have that in there, so that's cool. Alright, then last stack for this segment part here. Alrighty, here we go. Next game.
Quake 3 Revolution.
Very cool.
Rapala, excuse me. Pro Fishing.
Yeah, some of these titles are, some things are hard to pronounce. You just gotta, look at it for a second. You're like, okay, that's how you pronounce it.
Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Very nice cover art there.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love that.
Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Rayman 2 Revolution. Rayman Arena. Still got the top seal there.
Yeah,
it's
I love
not
that.
sealed, but you know.
The top sticker.
Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk.
Really cool.
Red Dead Revolver. I like Red Dead Redemption. I never got to try the original here, but I'm sure this one's really good too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try that. I'm not sure when, but definitely will.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. It's a really nice shape too. That's awesome. And then the last one for this, segment and the stack
is Resident Evil 4.
It's kind of confusing how they put the 4 ahead of time,
Yeah,
but
they kind of even did it here.
But I just kept it under Resident Evil 4 just because it wouldn't make sense to say 4 Resident Evil. That's not how it is. It's Resident Evil 4. So that's where it's a little bit different when you alphabetize. But anyways, there's that one. That's the last stack for this section. So we'll go ahead and get the next segment going. Alright, so here we go with the next set here.
So we got Resident Evil Code Veronica X, both the regular edition and then the Resident Evil 5th Anniversary Edition, which has the Devil May Cry bonus demo CD in there.
Which is really cool.
There's that.
Very cool. Both of those. And we've got these.
You got Resident Evil Outbreak, both the regular edition, I think this is regular edition, and then the not for resale or the part of the set version.
Yeah, it's the part of the set one, yep. So very cool. Nice. I love getting the variants and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Jet Li, Rise to Honor.
But it's just titled under Rise to Honor because it doesn't say Jet Li on the side for some reason, even though, it's mainly about him. I'm not sure why they wouldn't put him, his name on the side as well. But anyways, that's why it's under Rise to Honor, because it doesn't say his name on the side. And the next one here.
Risk Global Domination.
Really cool. This next one's really interesting. I've never seen it before. This is the only time I've ever seen it.
That's River King.
River King.
A Wonderful Journey. That is still sealed.
It's starting to peel here, but we're trying to be very careful with it. But it is still factory sealed, which is awesome. But yeah, it's definitely one of those underrated titles. It's one of those RPG kind of style games a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to open this, but I've never seen an open copy or anything anywhere, which is really odd. But yeah, very interesting title. So, anyways, there's that one.
Robotech Battle Cry. Rocky.
And the last one for this stack
is Rockman.
So very cool. Alright, so there's that stack there. Next stack.
RPG Maker 2. I played this one for a little bit. It's really cool. It has a lot of features and stuff. It's just it would take me a lot of time to sit down and keep playing it because it is kind of confusing. There's so many options, so it's I'd have to get used to it kind of thing. Yeah, that was a pretty cool game.
It's really cool. It's just it gets complicated some parts, and you got to really have a mindset to just sit there and focus on building things. It's really cool though once you get sitting down and doing stuff.
Samurai Warriors.
Very cool.
Savage Skies. Scalar. Interesting title there.
Yeah, that one is interesting.
Scarface, The World Is Yours.
Very cool. Never fully seen the movie, but I do, from what I did see, I loved it, so the game looks pretty cool as well.
Secret Agent Clank.
Very nice.
Sega Classics Collection. Sega Superstars Tennis.
Very nice.
Here's a good one, Shadow of the Colossus.
Very nice. It's worth a little more Black Label. I think it's just because people like the first edition print of most games. But that's a really cool one. Very nice to finally have found that. Took us a while to get it, but very nice to finally get that one. So, alright, and the last one for this stack.
Shell Shock Nom 67.
Very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. We'll get into the next set here.
DreamWorks Shrek Super Slam.
Very cool.
Sylphid, The Lost Planet.
Interesting title as well. I love the cover art though. Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's got that cool shine to it.
Really cool.
SingStar Pop.
Nothing too spectacular, but it's another one of them filler titles.
Ski-Doo Snow X Racing.
Snow Cross, I
Or
guess.
Snow Cross Racing. Sky Odyssey.
Very cool.
Sled Storm. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. And then a sealed copy of Sly Cooper.
Which is really cool. I ended up finding that one at a garage sale for like I think $1, which was really awesome. It's definitely one of those more popular titles, so to see that factory seal, I thought that was really cool. So, awesome.
Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves.
And the last one for this stack.
Smash Cars. Looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool as well. I love racing games. I don't know what about them, it's just, they're really cool. I love cars and stuff, so it's definitely, you know, a cool category that I love to play. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, this next stack here. Some dust on that one, unfortunately. I had to blow that off real quick.
Smuggler's Run.
So there's that one, cool.
Smuggler's Run 2, Hostile Territory.
Never really played Smuggler's Run a whole lot, but they definitely do look really, really fun.
Snowcross 2, featuring Blair Morgan.
Very cool.
SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. SOCOM 2 U.S. Navy SEALs. SOCOM 3 U.S. Navy SEAls.
Yeah, they're all the same thing, they're just, you know, numbered. But they're different games, of course, but they're, you know, all under the same category.
SOCOM U.S. Navy SEAls Combined Assault.
So finally, they stopped the numbering system. Which, they're still cool games, though, don't get me wrong.
Sonic Mega Collection Plus.
Very nice.
Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
Very cool. And the last one for this stack
is Soul Calibur 2.
I do believe we have another one of those, but you'll get to see the variant for it. But there's a stack for that. And the last stack here, and then it'll be the next clip, but here's that one again.
Yeah, this is the Soul Calibur 2 part of the set edition.
So that's the variant. They were just, you know, split apart, unfortunately, so you didn't get to see those both at the same time, but you got to see them anyway.
Legacy of Kain series Soul Reaver 2.
I think it's just under Soul Reaver 2, though.
Yeah, because inside doesn't say.
Yeah, but still, you get the idea.
Spawn Armageddon.
Next one I grew up with, and it's a really, really crappy game. Not my favorite at all, but it was definitely okay to have, but it's not very fun to play now looking back at it. Hated it back then, and I still kind of hate it now, so.
That's Spider-Man. From what I remember, it's just really dull. Like, it's like there's no music, the sound effects are really, like, dull. It's just, like, it's boring, kind of. Like, there's not much going on.
It's not as bad as what I'm thinking of, but it does remind me of the style of Superman 64, which is, you know, that's kind of sad saying coming from a PS2 title, but definitely has that kind of feeling towards it, so. But anyway.
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Friend or Foe.
This next one could use an upgrade, but for now at least we have it.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
It's got a bunch of water damage to
Yeah,
it, certainly.
I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but
yeah, it's all wrinkled and everything. It's been pretty much drenched. I don't know if it was water or what, but oh well. It's not too big a deal, but at least we have it for now. If we have to, we can always upgrade it.
Splashdown Rides Gone Wild.
Very cool.
SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
Very cool.
We don't have it on the Nickelodeon because it doesn't say it on the side, so.
Alright, and then the last one for this stack and for this section
is Sprint Cars 2 Showdown at Eldora.
Very, very cool. Alright, so that's it for this stack. Then we'll go ahead and get into the next part. Alright, so now we'll get into the next stack here. So here we go, next game.
Spy Hunter.
Very cool.
Spyro A Hero's Tale. I actually played this one for a little bit. It actually did seem a lot like the original Spyros, which is pretty cool. Like the graphics and like the art style for Spyro looked pretty cool.
So yeah, very, very cool.
SRS Street Racing Syndicate.
I just have it under Street Racing Syndicate, I think, so still pretty cool.
SSX 3.
Or maybe it was just under SRS. Oh well, whatever. It's hard to tell what you have them alphabetized under, especially when it was done a long time ago, but whatever.
SSX on tour.
Very cool.
SSX Tricky.
Very nice shape on that as well.
Star Trek Voyager Elite Force set.
Set phasers to frag.
That's a long title there.
Yeah, very long title. I'm sure the side looks really long.
It doesn't even. It actually doesn't even say like half of that.
Oh well,
but, yeah.
whatever. Next one's really cool.
Great game here, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Very nice.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Alright, and then the last one for this stack, which is also in very, very nice shape.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next stack here. Here we go.
Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
Very cool.
Star Wars Racer Revenge.
Very cool.
Star Wars Starfighter. Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
This next one I remember playing as a kid, and don't get me wrong, the show and the movie and stuff was really, really good, but this game is really, really bad. It's just the style of it. It just really sucks. I'm not a fan of it at all.
That's Starsky and Hutch.
I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but the way they designed it just doesn't fit very well. It's just not very good. It's kind of faulty. But still, it's cool to have, so.
State of Emergency. State of Emergency 2. I do like or I don't like, but I do think it's interesting that Rockstar switched production. Like, they let State of Emergency 2 go to DC, what is it? DC Studios and stuff, so. Yeah, I like how they just like gave it away, and I was like,
They sold it for money or something, so
yeah.
they could work on a different project.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't know how much of a difference that makes the playability of the two games, but who knows?
Stuntman.
Very cool. This next one I remember playing a lot.
Stuntman Ignition. Again, both Stuntman games were switched in production, I think.
Yep, oh yeah, the first one was Atari.
And this one's THQ. So another thing, I don't know what's up with that, with like companies switching like their series. That's been happening a lot recently too, with like Saints Row and stuff. I'm not too sure why that happens, but
people, I guess companies just want to sell their games, their ideas to other companies, make a little bit of money so they can work on different projects. I think that's what it is, but
Sub Rebellion. Just picked this one up not too long ago.
Really cool. Alright, so that's the last one for that stack. Alright, next stack here.
Summer Athletics, the Ultimate Challenge.
Very cool.
Supercar Street Challenge. Superman Shadows of Apocalypse.
Very cool.
Super Trucks Racing. Suzuki TT Super Bikes.
Really cool. This next one's kind of but it's still okay to have in the collection.
Swing Away Golf. Kind of looks like a spin-off of what's it called? Not a spin-off, but like a.
It looks like it was like a rip-off of.
Yeah, rip-off. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's no way near as good as Hot Shots Golf, but it looks okay, but it's not the same. So, oh well. Alright, and this next one is supposed to be a part of the PS2 set. It is for PS1, but it works just as good on PS2 and everything. It's in the PS2 case.
That's Tactical Espionage Action Metal Gear Solid.
I put all my Metal Gear Solids under the Tactical Espionage Action just because that's what it starts with, and it says that on the side as well above Metal Gear, so that's why I put it that way. But anyways, very cool.
Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, just Metal Gear Solid 2.
Here's the one that has more to it.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty.
Very cool.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Very cool. Alright, so that's it for that stack. Alright, next stack here.
Tak and the Power of Juju.
Very cool. Yeah, I remember that show being on Nickelodeon. It wasn't the greatest show. It only lasted for a couple seasons, I think. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Attack the Great Juju Challenge. Taiku Drum Master, as I believe is how you pronounce that.
Not positive. It's one of them oddball titles, but still pretty cool.
Tekken 4.
Very nice.
Tekken 5.
Just recently picked that one up, I believe. I don't think we had that one. We just recently got that, so that's cool.
Tekken Tag Tournament.
Very cool.
Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. Or Haven? Is that Haven?
Yeah, that's Heaven.
Oh, it is okay.
I think. Yeah. If it was Haven, it'd be HAV.
Okay.
This next one's really cool. I remember this one. I grew up with this one. It's also in our top 5 nostalgia games. This is a really good one. Definitely if you're a racing fan, Demolition Derby style fan, this is the game. It is very obscure just because it was about the time when Atari went out of production again, when they went bankrupt again for like the 3rd or 4th time, I believe. So this is, one of them obscure titles. It was only out for like a year, I think. So that's why it's pretty obscure and expensive, but definitely really cool. And it is our original copy, so that's cool.
That is Test Drive Eva Destruction. Absolutely love this game.
It is really cool.
Me and Dalton have really fond memories with this one.
Yeah, playing 2 players really great. Just the story mode's great. It's just an all-out obvious. It's just for obvious reasons. It's a great game. Just one, it's obscure. I know that. But that's not why I like it so much. I like it just because of how many times I've played it. It's just a really cool childhood memory I have with this one. So, but the physics for the time are really good. It's just the style. I love it. It's really, really cool. So definitely a must-have if you guys can get a hand on that. So cool.
Test Drive Off-Road, Wide Open.
All right, the last one for this stack
is Test Drive. Another really good one.
I remember that one a lot too, yeah.
What I mainly remember about this one is when it's on the loading screen, you get to play Pong.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and me and Dalton would play that. Even if you're playing like a 1-player race, you can always just tag in somebody real quick and you play Pong real quick, which was pretty cool.
It was really cool, yeah. They just like threw it in as for the loading screen. You could play it during the loading screen, so that was really cool. All right, so that's it for that stack. All right, then last stack here, and then we'll go ahead and cut it and get into another set of games. But here we go.
Tetris Worlds. The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Jet Fusion.
I love that show. That's a great show. Too bad they had to cancel it, but very, very cool.
The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I remember that movie. That was a good movie too. I've never played the game, but I definitely think it'd probably be pretty good based on what the movie had to offer. So, very cool.
The Dog Island. I remember having this as a younger kid. I think we sold it off, but now we have another copy of it. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I played it for probably like 45 minutes max.
Yeah, it didn't last very long, but still got it back again, so at least we have it in the collection again, so very cool.
The Fast and the Furious. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool racing game. I thought that was awesome. I'm not sure if it's based on the actual movies or not, or unless they just took the name from the movies and put it in the game. I'm not positive, but very cool.
The History Channel, Battle for the Pacific.
Very cool.
The History Channel, Civil War and Nation Divided. Pretty cool history games.
Yeah, awesome.
The Getaway. The Getaway Black Monday. With a little throw in there.
Yeah, the little sticker that they threw on it. It does have the bonus thing in there too, which is cool. Alright, and then the last one for this stack and for this clip.
The Godfather of the Game.
So very cool. Alright, so that's it for that stack and that set of games. So we'll go ahead and get into the next set. Alright, so here we go guys. We're going to get into the next stack of games here. So here we go.
The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning.
Very cool.
The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
I don't remember watching a whole lot of the Lord of the Rings movies, but I saw some parts and I really loved it. I'd love to get back into the movies and stuff. It'd be really cool to see those again.
Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
Like I said, if I see in the movies, I'll get a more better understanding of the games and I could probably enjoy the games better.
Lord of the Rings, The Third Age.
They definitely did make a lot of the Lord of the Rings games, I tell you that much.
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
I do believe there's only 4 on PS2, but I'm not positive. But if there is only 4, then we have all of them, but I'm not sure.
The Matrix, Path of Neo.
Very cool. Love the Matrix movies. Those are great.
The Mummy Returns.
Also a really good movie.
The Plan. The Plan Sealed.
Which is really cool.
I think we got this from a pawn shop.
Yeah, I believe it was a couple bucks. But, you know, for a couple bucks for a sealed game, I know it's not worth a whole lot. But to find a factory sealed, that's awesome. No matter what game it is. If it's a Madden factory sealed, it's cool. So, awesome.
The Powerpuff Girls Relish Rampage.
Alright, and the last one for this stack.
The Red Star.
So, very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next set of games here.
The Shield, the game.
Pretty cool. This one's one of my all-time favorites. I just revisited it and played it full 100% again about a year ago, and it's an awesome game. Definitely one to pick up if you guys love the show, and it's just overall a really good game.
And that is The Simpsons Hit and Run. I also like this game too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember a lot. Like, we played this probably like 5 or 6 times through all the way.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I could not complain one bit about this game. Just done really well. It's a really fun game. Same with this one. This one's pretty cool as well.
The Simpsons Road Rage. It's a lot like Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, exactly. Just with Simpsons characters in Springfield. But yeah, it's definitely a fun one as well. So very cool.
The Sopranos Road to Respect. Still has part of its original seal on it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it still has some of the plastic on it. A lot of the newer games did that. I don't know why they kind of just stuck to the plastic of the case, but anyway.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
I remember for the longest time growing up with that game, it was really hard at some points, and we spent forever trying to beat these certain time trials and stuff. It was near impossible. You'd have to be like dead on the spot perfect, because if you didn't, it was not going to pass. And it's just, I remember frustration after frustration with that, but we finally beat it, so that's another big memory for the games. And that's, you know, I love the movie. I love SpongeBob in general. So very, very cool game. I thought that was awesome, but just really, really difficult at some points, especially when I was younger. When we were both younger, we were playing it. It was just really difficult, but still, really cool game. So awesome.
Yeah, one more note real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie is the SpongeBob movie is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Actually, I love this movie. Honestly, I think I love this movie just as much as any Disney Pixar movie. Just has great nostalgia for me. It's still funny today. I mean, I laugh at it sometimes when I watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great fun movie.
The game's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just awesome. So very cool. I love the memories with those kind of games. It's awesome. All right, and we got these.
The Herbs Sims in the City. Is this?
There's the regular one, and then you've got the Black Eyed Peas bonus special.
Oh, okay, yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's on the front. Actually, the funny thing is I got both of those, 2 different occasions from the same Goodwill, which I thought was awesome. I believe I picked up the Black Eyed Peas edition one first, and then I found the regular one, but, you know, they're just a little bit different based on, you know, what's, you know, the new content stuff, but it was still released as a black label, so it's a variant, so very cool. Alright, so there's that one. And then we've got this one.
The X-Files, Resist or Serve.
Really cool.
Theme Park Roller Coaster. Haven't played this one yet. I might give that one a try. I like the theme park games.
Alright, and the last one for this stack, which is a really, really good one.
That is Thrillville. Again, like I just said, I love the theme parks games, mainly because of this one right here. I love this game. It's in the top 5 nostalgia for me. Yeah, great memories with that one.
Yeah, the building, the coasters, and the theme park and everything, it's just really, really cool. I love the idea and everything. It's a lot like Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff on PC and all that. It's just an awesome idea of a game, so that's really cool. If you guys love building games and stuff, this is definitely one of those. It's really cool. And just recently we learned how to figure out, before when we were growing up, we never really learned like the marketing portion of it, like where you have to price things in a certain way to, you know, make revenue and stuff. But just recently we played it a couple years ago, and we learned how to do that and get a better understanding of how that all works. So that was a really cool concept in the game as well. So very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next set of games here. Here's this one.
Thrillville Off the Rails. In my opinion, just as good as the first one. If not better. I think it has more to it.
Yeah.
The first one definitely has more nostalgia, but yeah, I definitely love this one too. Yeah, we had this one on Wii first, but this one's definitely better than the Wii one.
Yeah, it's easier to control and do things. I tried playing it on the Wii as well. It's just the controls are kind of off for me. I'm not too fond of it. For that game, I love the Wii, don't get me wrong, but for that game on that console, it just wasn't the greatest, but still a fun game, so.
Thunderstrike Operation Phoenix.
Very cool.
Time Crisis 3. Unfortunately, we do not have the gun for that, but that'd be pretty cool to find.
I'm sure you can find that somewhere. It's not too hard to find. It's like probably finding an NES app, or it's just not as common.
Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2.
Very cool.
Tokyo Extreme Racer 3.
Now we're going to get into a bunch of Tom Clancy games.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. We have it under Tom Clancy's just because that's on the...
Yeah, it's on the side. That's how it starts. It's basically like EA Sports, really. They're all under Tom Clancy's, so.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Rebel Storm.
Alright, and the last one for this stack
is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3.
Very, very cool. Alright, so there's that stack. Alright, next set here.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lockdown.
This one's really cool.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory Limited Edition Steelbook, which is very cool in my opinion.
I remember getting that down at the outdoor flea market, which is awesome. It's a little dented, but I mean, I'm not too big on pristine condition on those kind of things, because come on, it's a game. It's going to get banged up. It's going to get, bruised, that kind of thing. Just for it to all be here with the manual and everything, that's what I'm mainly after. So very cool. I was really happy to find a collector's edition game. That's cool.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent.
And believe it or not, there's actually a lot of Tom Clancy's games. If you guys have not, if you could not tell already.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow.
All right, I think this is the last Tom Clancy's.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Stealth Action Redefined.
Cool. All right, so I think we finally made it to the end of the tunnel of Tom Clancy. So there we go.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. This is the exclusive content one. If you guys saw in the beginning, we had the incomplete one, but that was the regular edition. This one's a variant. So.
And by the way, it is under just Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness because it doesn't say Lara Croft on the side for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Just probably fit it all on the side there. But anyways, it's under Tomb Raider just because of that reason. But still really cool. All right, next one.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Very nice.
Tony Hawk's Project 8. Now we're going to get into a bunch of Tony Hawk games here.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
There was a lot of Tony Hawk games too, but they're really cool. I love them.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I don't know if it was the third one or this one, but our friend Cameron would play this a lot too, and we played that with him.
Yeah, I remember that. It might have been Underground.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the one, which just happens to be right now.
Tony Hawk's Underground. Unfortunately, we do not have Tony Hawk's Underground 2 yet, but
I'm sure we'll find it.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to find, but anyways, there's all the Tony Hawk games.
Top Gear Daredevil.
Alright, so there's that one.
Top Gun Combat Zones.
Very cool.
Total Immersion Racing. Pretty cool looking. Tourist Trophy, the real racing simulator, kind of like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, it's the same, physics and everything, just for motorbikes, which is really, really cool.
Triggerman. Interesting title.
I don't know, I've never tried that one. I wonder what that one's about. It's probably, kind of seems like Hitman a little bit, kind of like that kind of style. Really cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's my fault.
It's alright. True Crime, New York City.
That one I've never played before. I've heard, decent reviews on it and stuff. It looks pretty cool. This next one is the one I have played.
And that is True Crime Streets of LA.
And our friend Cameron was the one that introduced us to that. He always loved those gun games. He loved Grand Theft Auto and the True Crime, that kind of stuff. He loved those games. So we definitely learned that from him. And this one was pretty good. So it's not like Grand Theft Auto, but it does have, some elements of that kind of style. But it's not entirely the same thing. But really cool game. Still awesome.
I do remember trying it. I think for me, I think when I played it, the shooting was the part that was hard for me. But everything else was fine. I think it's mostly the controls that throws it off, but it's still a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's still pretty cool. Alright, next one.
Turok Evolution.
Alright, and then the last one for this stack and for this section.
That is Twisted Metal Black. I've never played Twisted Metal Black or really any of the Twisted Metals other than the re-release on PS3. But I definitely want to give these a try because they're really cool.
Yeah, so very cool. Alright, so that is the rest of the PS2 games for this section, and we'll go ahead and get into the next part. Alright, so we're going to get into the last stack of complete PS2 games. This section's a little bit smaller because there's not a whole lot of PS2 games left, but we decided to divvy it out just because there wasn't a whole lot of room for me to stack too many more next to me, so that's why there's a next clip. But anyways, here we go. Let's get into it.
First here we got Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Very cool.
The Ultimate Board Game Collection, or just Ultimate Board Game Collection.
Very cool.
UFC Sudden Impact. Ultimate Spider-Man. Cool.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
Unreal Tournament.
This one's in crispy shape.
That's Van Helsing. Very nice.
Just recently picked this one up.
That is Vex.
Very nice. Alright, and then this one, it starts here. It's an interesting title.
Yeah, VCL presents Motor Mayhem. Interesting, yeah.
It's pretty cool looking though. It looks really fun. I love that.
Warriors of Might and Magic.
Interesting.
Yeah, 3DO makes those weird looking titles.
Yeah.
And covers.
Pretty cool though.
World Tour.
Alright, so there's that for that stack. Alright. Next stack here.
Wild Wild Racing.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, I like those dirt styled racing games.
Yeah, like Motorstorm and stuff. It's kind of like that. It's really cool looking. That's also one of the things like Smuggler's Run. It looks kind of like that. That sounds like a fun game to play too.
World Soccer winning 7 or winning 11 or 11-7.
Yeah, winning 11-7.
There you go.
Very cool. That one's an odd one too. I hadn't seen that before either, other than that one.
Wonder Sports: The Ultimate Challenge 2008.
Very cool.
Wipeout Fusion.
Very cool.
World Championship Paintball. World Destruction League Thunder Tanks.
Very cool.
A 3DO game. World Championship Cards. Choose the iToy, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, these games might help me because I'm getting to the age of, where I can gamble and stuff. I'm almost 21, so these games might actually help.
World Series of Poker. It doesn't say the official game on the side or anything.
Yeah, it's just under World Series of Poker.
World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions, excuse me, 2007 edition. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, that happens.
Wrath Unleashed.
Very cool. Alright, so that's it for that stack. And then last stack of all the complete PS2 games.
W SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
WW, right?
Or WW, excuse me.
Yeah, they combine the W's.
WW SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I don't think use an upgrade, it's kind of...
Yeah, it's a little, it looks okay, but yeah, it could definitely use an upgrade.
WW SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Never actually played these games really much, but I know our friend Cameron definitely used to play those, and they were fun when I played them for a little bit.
Yeah, they look cool for sure.
WW SmackDown vs. Raw, the first one. X-Men official game.
Very cool. And then the very last official complete PS2 game.
That is Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. And we actually had to piece this one together. We found a disc, and we had just a case and manual, and we had to put a disc in there. So
yeah.
Now it's 100% complete.
Well, except for it doesn't have the trading cards or anything, unfortunately, but not too big a deal. At least it has the case and the manual and everything, so very cool. Alright, so that is going to do it for all the complete PS2 games. So now we're going to switch it over to the last segment where I'll show all the special games and the special promotional items and stuff like that for PS2. Alright guys, so now we're going to get into the special items. I've got a bunch of different loose discs and stuff that were special releases, some bonus jam-pack stuff, and then we got some special edition greatest hits copies of games, big box game, And then Tyler's going to go ahead and show all the greatest hits games that were from our original collection when we were growing up. He keeps them in his room just because we still want to hang on to our childhood games. But since they're greatest hits, they don't go on the actual game collection stacks. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get into these. Alright, so the first really cool promotional, more demo kind of thing is this really cool game. It's the EverQuest Online Adventures Frontiers, and it's a not-for-resale public beta version, which I believe was like a handout at like E3 or something like that. I don't know if it was exactly like E3, but it was just one of those handout things just to try out the game and stuff. But really cool. Found that in a stack of games at a garage sale, so I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, this next one here is a GamePro Action Disc of February 2004. It's for PS2, and it's a football fantasy game, which is really, really cool. I'm not too sure where I got that, but it is pretty unique, so it's definitely cool to hang on to. So there's that. Then we've got a Namco Transmission version 3-2, and it's a not-for-resale disc. It's a demo disc of a bunch of different Namco games and stuff, which I thought was really cool. But, you know, it's just cool to collect those obscure, not too familiar, not too common, you know, promotional discs, stuff like that. Next one here is we got Tactical Espionage Action Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty Trial Edition, which is just the demo disc of the game, which I thought was really cool. To find demo discs and stuff for, like, I could imagine like for Super Nintendo or N64, that would be really cool. That's basically what this is for PS2. So very cool. Alright, so there's that. Then we've got a disc-only PlayStation Underground Jam Pack. I'm not sure what version it is. It doesn't specify on just the disc, but there's that. Pretty cool. Then we've got a PlayStation Underground Jam Pack Summer of 2001. We just showed this. It was in the game collection, and I forgot to take it out. It's supposed to be a special item, but you're going to go ahead and see it again. But there it is. Very cool. It comes in a regular PS2 case, which is really cool. That's why I mistakenly put it in the actual, you know, stack of real games. But very cool. Nice to have, you know, some Jam Pack stuff. Then we also have another Jam Pack, you know, it's demo disc, and it's Volume 11, which is really cool. And then we've got Jam Pack Volume 15, which is also really cool. That one's unique as well, so I thought that was pretty cool. Then we've got a Game Shark 2. It's broadband enabled, which is pretty cool for online play and stuff. And that is for the PS2, and it's just the Game Codes Game Shark disc here, which is really cool as well. I thought that was awesome. I got that in a bundle. If you hadn't seen the PS1 collection, there was a PS1 Game Shark that we had with the dongle, which was really, really cool. So very cool to get those Game Shark discs. That's pretty cool. Alright, this next one is the DVD player lecture disc for PS2, which I thought was pretty cool. I found that at our local art thrift store, I think for $1, so that was pretty cool. You usually just don't see that kind of stuff, so that's why I like picking these kind of things up. Then we have the Online Startup Disc 4.0 for PS2. Very cool. Another obscure piece. You don't see those every day either. Well, not a lot of people use them, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got these 3 Ultimate Code books, which is interesting. These I got from my cousin and her boyfriend. I helped them move from their apartment to another one, and they paid me in, you know, cash, of course. But they also had a bunch of games they were just going to get rid of anyway, and they asked if I wanted them, and I said sure. So that'd be really cool. And these were along with them. So we got the Ultimate Codes for Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which is really cool. I love how it says 100% unofficial, so this is really a bootleg. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I thought it was pretty funny. But there's that one. Then we've got the Ultimate Codes for Gran Turismo 4, which is awesome. And then the last one here is we've got Ultimate Codes for Need for Speed Underground 2. Very cool. They're obscure little pieces. I've never really seen anything like this before, but I thought they were pretty unique, so I decided to grab them from them, so that's cool. Alright, next thing here, we got a couple cool pieces. First thing here is a demo disc. It's not for resale. And I got this from a garage sale with a couple other games and a fat PS2 for $5, which was really, really cool. I had never seen anything like this before, but that is SOCOM 2 US Navy SEALs in this little paper sleeve. It's just a demo disc. It comes inside this little sleeve here. The disc just is pretty much just thrown in there, so it's interesting, but it's really, really cool at the same time. So there's that. And then we have this really, really cool big box SOCOM US Navy SEALs 1 set here, and it comes with the headset, which is really, really cool. It's nothing too spectacular. It's just a regular Logitech headset there, you know, old school style, but very, very cool. I thought that was awesome. I got that from our local pawn shop for $2, I believe, because we know the people down there, they've known our family for many, many years. And they always cut us good deals when we go down there and stuff. So for $2, I was not complaining at all for that. So that's very cool. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get into, I'll go ahead and show these Greatest Hits Special Edition games, and then we have a couple of PAL games. But we have 4 Special Edition Greatest Hits games here. First one here is Call of Duty 3 Special Edition. This was only released as a Greatest Hits, so that's why I'm keeping it. You cannot find this black label. Very unfortunate, but at least it's a variant, and it's somewhat different category that I'll keep. It doesn't go on the actual shelf. It goes on a separate stack that I have for special items, so that's why it's still in the collection. It just doesn't go in the actual collection, just because it would look kind of weird to have a bunch of black labels and one Greatest Hits in the middle. But the next one here is Marvel Ultimate Alliance Special Edition. Again, same deal, only came as a Greatest Hits. But very cool to have a bonus, Special Edition game like that. And then we also have Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix, which had more cars added to it, some more upgrades, stuff like that. Again, only released as Greatest Hits, but very cool. And then the last Greatest Hits Special Edition game here is Twisted Metal Black, and it came with a bonus disc and everything, and it was only released again as a Greatest Hits version. So, but very cool. Awesome to get bonus variant things like that. So very cool. And then these last 2 pieces, I ended up finding at our local ARC thrift store again, and these were $2 each, which is really, really cool. But they are Japanese PS2 games. Usually I don't collect PAL foreign games unless I come across them locally. I won't specifically go out and search for these kind of things, but they are definitely cool to find in the wild, and they are very unique on the shelf. But the first one here is The Lord of the Rings. Again, I don't remember which one it is, but that is really, really cool Japanese game. I thought that was awesome to find. Very unique for sure. It does not say anything in English except for like EA Games and stuff like that. But I thought that was really awesome to find. And then this other one, also a Japanese game, is FIFA Total Football. EA Sports FIFA Total Football. It's a big box here, which is really, really cool. It's got some water damage, but I mean, there's no way to upgrade it unless you actually import another one from Japan. But I'm just going to keep this because it's unique because I found it locally. But it has the actual gaming disc in here, and then it has a bonus cool DVD that's never been opened, which I thought was really, really cool. So very unique piece. I thought that was awesome to find the Japanese games, especially in the wild. You hardly ever see foreign games like that, so that was really, really cool. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and kick it over to Tyler, and he'll go ahead and share all the childhood games that are ours that are Greatest Hits.
First one here is Crazy Taxi.
Very, very cool. A lot of fond memories with these games. I love seeing them again, just because I don't get to see them a whole lot because he has them in his room. But they are definitely, I think we have all of these black label already that we've replaced them, but we still hang on to the Greatest Hits just because they're our original childhood ones, so we didn't want to get rid of them.
Octopus Golf 4.
Very nice, love that game.
Midnight Club.
That one still has the seal on the top, that's cool.
It is.
It's really cool.
NBA Ballers. With my initials on there.
Yeah. I remember some of them we put our initials on and some we didn't. I think the ones we have our initials on we took over to like friends' houses and stuff, or something like that. Some reason our mom put our initials on them for one reason or another, but that's probably one of the main reasons was taking it over to a friend's house. But
first NBA Street. This is the copy that I've beaten like 5 times.
Yeah.
Original copy is great. NBA Street Volume 2. I'm glad we held on to all of our original copies because it's really cool to just have the same things that you put in the first time.
Yeah.
Test Drive. Again with the Pong. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Very cool. I remember playing that so much growing up. Same with this one.
The Simpsons Road Rage.
And then of course the last one I remember a lot too.
And that is Thrillville. I'm not sure if this is the original case or not, because I think there's...
Yeah, some of them I remember the original cases we had to use for... You saw them. They were on the shelf. I was running low on cases back when I first started collecting games. I was running low on real cases, but now I have a complete overstock of real cases, so who knows. But at least I put all of our real games, our original games, back in real cases. For the longest time I had them in like really bullcrap looking cases. But I was, courteous enough to put a bunch of them back in real cases. Some have the original cases still, but I remember I stole some real cases from some of those games, and that's where you see some of those on the actual shelf and some of the games that weren't originally ours. They just have our names on them. But anyways, so yeah, there's the rest of the PS2 stuff. So go ahead and kick it to the last part. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the PS2 video game collection. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends. Really helps us out. If you have not already, we strongly recommend you do so, is checking out our NES, SNES, N64, handheld, GameCube, Wii/Wii U, and PS1 video game collection videos. They are very good as well. Sorry for this long video, but it had to be done. There was just so many PS2 games to get through. But thank you guys if you stuck around this long. We really appreciate it. Again, if you would like to check out those other videos, we strongly recommend them. They're really good as well. So, anyways, thank you guys a lot for sticking around and watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.